Adam, did you see the news about Coinbase Pro?
Sure did.
That's exciting, huh?
Yeah, just slightly. Awesome.
Gonna give it just another minute here.
Did they say what it's going to be paired with?
Well, I logged in and it's just USD and USDT right now.
Yeah, it's both of those is what I saw. But
Gotcha.
who cares?
Yeah, totally.
I care.
And then reading the post though, it's available for deposit right now, and you won't be able to trade it unless certain liquidity conditions, which they're not stating what they are met by tomorrow morning. So
place some orders.
Or I think maybe just deposit some Fox into Coinbase. I mean, it's clearly not going to be in our snapshot strategy, but still probably worth it to send some over there.
Yep.
Okay, GM, everybody, thanks for joining us on this Monday, December 6th. I want to open it up, as usual, for appreciations. And, well, we were just talking. I appreciate however we got listed on Coinbase Pro. That's exciting. Adam, I appreciate everything you did to make that happen.
Thanks. I worked really hard to twist arms. That's what I do. Yeah, I'm definitely super appreciative of that as well. I'm definitely appreciative of Josh, so I'm not the only one at the stage.
And look, we're appreciative of Ocean, who just joined. He's while DeFi had to go back to Australia for a few weeks, and so Ocean is taking over running our morning stand-ups, and he did an awesome job this morning. So super appreciate you, Ocean.
Thanks, Josh.
Go ahead, Ocean.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Appreciate that. I'm not sure that Matt's around, but I just wanted to thank him and give some appreciation to him for running the awesome retro that we had last week, which was very successful in terms of getting us to just align on action items that we can take to improve the DAO and improve the engineering workflow and our integration with product and all of those pieces.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. And he wrote down some awesome notes too.
Yeah, just wanted to jump in and just add my appreciation for everyone, working day in and day out on the DAO and making things better. Certainly the engineering work stream, product work streams, and ops, and everyone that's working on the product, but also marketing and growth, who's really been growing a lot lately, putting in tons of work. Our community mods, just really our whole DAO community has really been coming together over the last few weeks. And I think something like the Coinbase listing today should just be a reminder of just keep our heads down and just work on improving the DAO. Like good things will come. So just keep at it, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for that, John. I definitely recognize that, or I see this Coinbase listing as not just a validation of the value of what we're building, but how we're building it and doing it in the DAO way with all these contributions coming in from so many different angles. It's pretty awe-inspiring. All right.
One more. Sorry, I just realized Conscious was here, and just we had a meeting on, I guess it was Friday morning-ish, to discuss more of the IPFS stuff, and by Friday afternoon, Conscious had it all stood up. So, yeah, huge kudos over there.
Oh, thanks.
I have another appreciation for Conscience too, which is the the cost savings on that AWS bill, and couple other different systems, it's definitely making a difference. It's a great job.
Hey, I gotta appreciate, I think it was Tyler that set up the Osmosis Cosmos sync last week. That was a great meeting and lots of collaboration there and coming up with a good plan to get support for those chains into V2.
And I appreciate that getting support for Cosmos is a prerequisite for getting support for Osmosis, so we're just going to make some serious progress here. All right.
I got one more. Appreciate Ocean for suggesting the dinner after the retro and having the foundation cover that, and I believe covering it himself personally in lieu of a foundation bank account quite yet. I think that was great. The burgers and beer were delicious.
Yeah, it's good times. It's great to meet everyone in person for sure.
Yeah, the company was fun too. All right, I'm gonna my last appreciation. I mean, people, you can keep popping up with them too, but my last one is as I hand this off for updates. As I mentioned, DeFi is out or working in a different time zone and not able to make this for a couple of weeks. So in addition to running our stand-ups in the morning, Ocean is also going to give our platform team updates.
Yep. All right. So work's ongoing on the market data service, and Josh is going to correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that the goals there is to bring in price data for tokens that we don't currently have it for. With the Yearn tokens, for example, is one place where we don't have that data available inside of the app. Josh, is that right?
You nailed it.
All right. See, there you go. I'm good for something. Another really important updates, we have 2 new contributors that are getting involved through, again, through that retro. One of the action items that came out of it was to just start getting bounties posted. So that kicked off last week, and we do have 2 new contributors that are floating around, and hopefully that will continue as we identify more bounties. You can check those out on getcoin.co. And we also, well, again, kudos to Conscience, stood up a tool called Grimoire Labs. They have an analytics tool that's open source that allows us to pull analytics data from our open source repos and get us a really nice dashboard that's based on Kibana to analyze that data. So there's a wealth of information there. It's analytics.shapeshift.com, which may change. We're not sure, but you can look at it now. Basically what it does is it hooks up to our open source repos, pulls down information about our contributors. All of it is already public information. Just our goal here is to basically identify when new people contribute, the engagement of our contributors, and just a way for us to continue to keep metrics about the health of our developer community. So that's up now for anyone to check out if they'd like. And we're accepting contributions in any of the repos that are listed there: Web, Lib, Unchained, Box Farm, the HD Wallet, and the Cluster Launcher. The engineering board can be found at that link in the document as well. And we're continuing to have daily stand-ups at 10 a.m. run by no one else by me, so you can come join us. It's always great to have community members come say hello, or anyone else from the DAO. Any questions?
Great. Thanks so much, Ocean. Kevin, I see your, there you go.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Cool. Almost missed it, but here in time. So, yeah, this morning I've been updating our guest nodes to 1.10.13 to support the most recent upgrade. I don't recall the exact date of it, but I think it's this week, maybe the 7th or the 8th, so that we're ready for that. So pushing that through today, so we're prepared. Made good progress on the TX parsing module last week. All of the logic has been pulled out into the public package now. It's being pulled into chain adapters used, and this week is basically updating to ingest those new payload types in web to display essentially the same thing as we're doing, just in a more ergonomic fashion. So pushing through with that, I'll touch on this briefly. Adam can give more info as well, but there's also work on kind of a Tendermint level package that will work for Cosmos, Osmos, Thorchain, the whole Cosmos ecosystem type of things that he has been working on. And yeah, that's going on in the background. And I hope to actually make some kind of like define definitions for architecture when we get that proof of concept kind of reviewed and decided on, so that we have a good place to reference and look for introducing new coin stacks, kind of following this post bounty, post legacy to decentralized kind of unchained ingester move. It's been kind of this ongoing process of stripping things out. So hopefully there will be more clarity and officially documented here soon. And that's all I've got right now for CoinSeam stuff, if we're still calling it that. Conscience, you up next.
Well, hi. This week we're doing work to get the infrastructure budget allocation proposal through. Sounds like I'll be talking about that at the engineering office hours a bit this week and also at the governance call. We'll be pushing forward with additional work on enabling unstoppable domain endpoints for the IPFS flavor of WebV2 that was deployed. Specifically this week, we'll be doing the ENS domain, and then Handbrake will come at some point in the near future. That is about it, I think.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Mr. Nerdhead.
Hey guys, sorry to miss stand up today. Unexpected thing I had to deal with, but we're code frozen for the Yearn router audit. The external people have the commit hash to review, and I'll be doing support for whatever they need as they go through that process this week. I'm also circling back to the Pendo people to let them know what I found, and talk to them about the changes that we'll need to be able to use their product. This week, I'm putting extra attention into the administrative stuff, the responsible disclosure program and budget proposal stuff that time's ticking on and I don't like, so I need to block out some time to work on that. And then if I can get through to all those, I'll move back to web workers on WebV2.
Thank you,
So
Mr. Nerdhair.
some late kudos
I'm-
also. Sorry, I was just gonna give some late kudos to Mr. Nerdhair also. I don't know if he was in the audience, but I didn't see him when we were doing the original gratitude stuff. But thanks again for all the help with the Yearn audit and getting that to the finish line.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Woohoo. So yeah, as you heard some from Kevin, charging forward on the back end to add support for Cosmos and Cosmos SDK chains. So I mentioned appreciation for Tyler for setting up a sort of coordination meeting on getting Cosmos in, and there was some work already started for Osmosis related to the bounty. So what kind of came out of that is we've now got the resources from the Osmosis bounty coming to pile in on the Cosmos work, which really is the Osmosis work to a large degree anyway. So I'm pretty psyched about that direction. The topic of having design docs came up last week. I worked with Theobald some on that, and I'm working on putting together a design doc for this Cosmos work. that will then circulate and decide on suitability as sort of a template going forward for other work. And I think that's about it for me this week.
Cool. All right. Some of my first thoughts are kind of Adam and I have been talking a lot with each other and with lots of people in engineering, and it came up quite as a pretty major theme at the retro on Wednesday that we're gonna have a more dedicated design process before work begins for any new feature work, and the output of that is going to be design documentation. And it's really great that we had this retro and we're already not just talking about it but doing it. Adam's doing it with Cosmos, and then was in a conversation with Theobald and Adam end of last week, and we all agreed, and what I have posted here is that this design documentation is not just instructions on, if you're building a new API, it's not just instructions on how to use the new API or how to call the new API. It should include how that API is built, how it works, how it interrelates to the other aspects of our full system of both web, and if it reaches back to Unchained, does it go through chain adapters and all that kind of stuff. So just want to make sure that everyone's really clear on, and we still don't have the exact template that we're using, so this is still a work in progress, but that's one thing that became obvious, at least to the three of us. I think maybe Ryan might have been in that meeting too, so wanted to share that with everybody. And so this week I'm working on recruiting, getting some, and what that means specifically is getting some job descriptions. Unfortunately, I lost access through the from the ShapeShift AG. Now I'm a DAO worker, and so trying to get a hold of what we had before so I can use that as the template going forward. I've run into some snags that are totally, I can get through it, but it's just delayed me a little bit. And some other things that I want to make sure people know, Conscious alluded to this, but at the office hours on Wednesday, and particularly is Kevin, he is going to talk about the proposal for Taxi Stake to run Unchained, to run an Unchained node. And ultimately the idea is that we could move that completely out from being run by the ShapeShift, either the foundation, right? ShapeShift AG is going away. So let's make sure that people who are interested in this or who have any questions, and very particularly if you can see any possible downsides or dangers, risks, that's the word, risks towards doing this, please come to office hours this week to be able to I'd like a little deeper dive on the technical side of that proposal. Conscious will bring it up in the governance meeting again next week, but I think I just want to make sure there's that opportunity for some good engineering questions there. Another thing that's happening as a result of the retro from Wednesday is the design documents. That process is part of a even bigger process of the vision, strategy and vision for both engineering and product. And one of the things that was really clear is that we have lost some engineering product alignment in creating a vision and being to execute strategies based on that vision. So we're going to start working together on that, engineering and product. That'll be in a meeting at 4:00. That's in the E1 All Access channel. Anyone is welcome to come listen in, participate, but it'll mostly be the engineering managers and the product managers kind of kicking off the conversations, and we'll be soliciting input when we can. And one of my thinkings about this is, like, as I think about our vision, we ShapeShift, we don't develop our own protocols. We're interfacing with all these awesome projects that are building these amazing protocols, providing these new financial products in the DeFi space. That's not the business we're in. Our engineering expertise is not in building protocols, but from the conversations I've had, and this is all up for discussion, I'm just sharing this right now, is that it's the way that we are abstracting the ability to call and use these different protocols that I think we have some, and I know I've been working with this team for many years, and there's just some really smart thinking about how we are making these abstractions, and I see a lot of engineering value in that becomes really our engineering value add into the space, is how we're abstracting all these different calls to make it easy to add them, to unify them into an interface, to integrate new ones. So that's kind of the just a little share about the picture I have of what our engineering vision is, or our value add. And then there's how that relates to the product vision, the overall DAO vision, right? There's all kinds of pieces that we talked about on Wednesday that I'm looking forward to digging in with people. Okay, so some reminders. I'm out December 10th through the 17th, so that's this coming Friday. I'm at a meditation retreat. I'll be completely offline. Everyone's going to be in great hands with Adam and Ocean and DeFi. So DeFi is working. He'll be coming online about noon. He's in a totally different time zone for a couple weeks. So between all of those folks, we'll make sure that everything can be totally covered, and I have total confidence that it can be. And then just want to give some advance heads up that the whole work stream is going to take off between Christmas and New Year's, except for on call, of course, and emergencies as needed. But we've decided that it's just a great precedent to set to have that be a break that a lot of the Western world does, and I think it'll be great for everybody, and we can come back in January and start killing it again. All right, our vision of self-sovereignty reminder, and pass to Diggy.
Thank you, Josh. GM, everybody, and happy Monday. So on the UX and design and product side, the mobile app, just continuing to have some of those conversations around the future of the mobile app, and what that open source version looks like if it ends up being like a wrapped version of Web v2. But yeah, again, continuing those conversations. And then regression testing and osmosis testing has started already, actually, in the mobile application. Osmosis stuff is actually behind a feature flag, but we've been doing some regression testing just to make sure nothing was broken in the mobile application. And then web, continuing UI improvements on Web v2. The Onjuno implementation and the GEM implementation, we're probably going to be tackling those at the same time. We're just waiting for some technical pieces from Onjuno, and then we can start the lift on the front end. From a UX perspective, we're working on the providing liquidity. One of the more immediate goals is removing that from .com and bringing it into the new web app. But while we're working on that UX, we're also looking at one-sided liquidity and then liquidity pools that have multiple tokens in them. And we'll probably be doing a lot of usability testing on all of that UX. And there's a lot of parts to that. So yeah, stay tuned. And then displaying DeFi positions across multiple protocols. We've already started doing some brainstorming and some concepting on this. Again, the liquidity providing will be a part of displaying DeFi positions across multiple protocols. So again, still pretty early. A lot of usability testing will occur for those projects. And then borrowing and lending, we did some early concepting. You guys probably saw some of that in the call last week that we had. Again, that was just early concepting. None of that's gone through usability. It was just in preparation for that call that we had. The buy sell crypto page on .com is pretty much ready to go. I think we just need to turn the switch on so that it goes live on .com. And then the supported assets on .com is in development right now, and hopefully that'll get done either this week or next week. So priorities this week is just continuing to make UI improvements on Web v2. I know there's some specific things that Beard has that he's tackling. And then the proposal for an alpha version of the new web app with analytics with Pendo. Hopefully we'll be able to move that to Snapshot this week. I know Mr. Nerd Hair is getting back to them and there's some tweaks they need to make on their end. And if all that looks good, we'll be able to move that into official voting. And then we also have the proposal to fund the product workstream past December 31st. That's up on the forum. We're identifying some additional goals and KPIs there that will add to that proposal. And then a new PM, his name is Decentralized J. He used to be actually Axelrod Wannabe, if you've seen him around the community. He will be joining the workstream full-time starting December 27th. I will be making a formal announcement in the announcement channels probably after this call. And with that, I will pass it off to Fox McCloud and Willie. Thank you.
Thanks, Diggy GM, everyone. Honestly, you covered pretty much everything. So for the sake of time, I'll just keep it going. Willie, you have anything?
Yep, you crushed it, Diggy. Just a reminder that this afternoon at the EMPM powwow, we're going to be doing a overview of a vision for the ShapeShiftDAO, and it's just an opportunity to kind of brainstorm, get aligned on the vision. If anyone else has any feedback or other ideas for the vision, it's also your opportunity to share that. This is going to be kind of a repeat of the vision that was presented when we did the product roadmap proposal. That the recording got messed up on, so it's going to be pretty much the same idea there. You may have already seen it if you were in that product roadmap proposal meeting. But yeah, I believe that meeting is going to be open to everyone, correct, Josh?
Yeah, 4:00 in the E1 All Access channel.
Awesome. Should be fun. Hope to see you guys there.
Thank you. Diggy, the .com buy sell crypto page complete needs to go live. Is that app.shapeshift.com?
No, that's just an SEO page, essentially, for like what assets we support for buying and selling on beta, and then
I see. Cool. All right. Does anybody have any questions or any other announcements? All right. Have a good week, everybody.
GM, and thank you.
GM.